Welcome to this episode of Biz Takeouts, Bizcommunity's soundbite-sized news to go, made possible by the IIE Rosebank College, an educational brand of the Independent Institute of Education, dedicated to providing students with a solid foundation, creating future thinkers to build successful careers. I'm your host, Angie White, and I'm very excited to introduce today's guest. Zanele Zulu, an IIE Rosebank College alumni and successful entrepreneur, will be sharing her journey with IIE Rosebank College and more about her business and what keeps her motivated. Welcome, Zanele.
Thank you for having me, Angie.
Awesome. So, Zanele, let's start with your experience at IIE Rosebank College. How did this prepare you in particular for the world of work?
All right, so I'd consider myself as a very independent student because I did start a business while in school, and it was a decor and events company. So with that being said, you can imagine how busy I get during the week. I'm always running around, whether it's getting artificial grass or whether it's getting the cake ready for the event on Saturday. So I was hardly ever in class, but what it taught me is how to communicate and how to network with my peers, my lecturers, even the RCLs at school, because they helped me catch up if I needed to catch up, if there was anything that was done in class. When I wasn't in class, I was always informed. So it really did help me, because even in the workspace, it has helped me because I'm not shy. I do know how to adapt to situations. Even when I'm under a stressful situation, it's very easy for me to just adapt, do, and we'll recover later. So yeah.
Awesome. Sounds like a great network that you've got yourself involved in.
Thank you,
So, Nila,
Angie.
tell us what inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
I don't think there's a specific spark. Like, I don't have anything that when I look or when I don't know, read up on, like I get a spark, like, yes, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I mean, when I was younger, my grandfather would always say that you've got healing hands, you should be a nurse or a doctor. But even when I'd agree to that, I'd be like, okay, but I want my own practice. Even if I become a nurse or a doctor, I want my own practice. So I think it's just something that I have in me. I think it's in my personality, because I do love taking risks and I do like taking things to the next level. I want to see it grow. I like a challenge rather. I don't like a routine, a normal routine. No, that's not for me.
On that note, tell us a bit about your business and what keeps you motivated.
So my business is called Imbalente Beauty. I am a mobile beauty bar. So it's all about beauty at your convenience with the busy world that we're living in, especially young moms, young entrepreneurs. You have your kiddies if it's not your kiddies, it's your hubby if it's not your hubby, it's your friends, your social life. There's just so much to do. So if I can create a convenient service for you, why not? It also cuts down on your costs in terms of you don't spend much on transport because I come to you and it's in the comfort of your own home. You can also get other things done while you're getting yourself a little pamper, you know? And what keeps me motivated is actually sometime last year, I did a testimonial with a few of my clients that were willing to do it, visual testimonials. And beautiful things came out of it, like how the one was like, she really trusts me, it's personal, she likes how I use different nail techniques and I first explain it to them. So I create that relationship and that level of trust with my clients. And I think that's what keeps me motivated, because when we started, it was a bit of a different story. Hey, Angie.
Yeah, I can imagine. Definitely something that keeps me motivated as well. So I can relate with you on that point. And then also something very difficult that we've had to go through. How has COVID-19 impacted your entrepreneurial journey?
So last year was very difficult because I am also working and I'm also running my company. So when I got retrenched and business was closed due to COVID, we had the whole lockdown level 5. I really had little to no income coming in, but your bills are still coming through every month then, right? Exactly. So it was a very huge challenge for me, but how I tried to overcome it was I did try move from the space of, instead of being a call out service, I tried having walk-in clients. So I rented out a chair and a table in Randburg, and I actually realized that once you have your own value proposition, it's very difficult when you're now trying to like mash it up with something else that really isn't at your heart, or it isn't something that you had envisioned for your business. So after 3 months, I stopped with that because I was actually making a loss. And from there, I went back to the drawing board. I went on to online courses to see how I can improve my business during COVID. I also looked at other businesses in the same industry as and I took what I could take from there and I made it my own. And now we're picking up again. So that's great.
Well, that's great to hear, Zanele. Yeah, I think everybody's gone through a lot over the last year or so, but definitely encouraging to hear that things are picking up again. So that's great. And then
Thank you.
on that note, what are some of the other challenges that you face and how have you overcome those?
So with the other challenges that I've come across, I know my weaknesses. You know, we all have our own weaknesses, and I think it's better to deal with them when you're honest and open with yourself that this is a weakness and I do need help here. But obviously, with COVID and financial resources being limited, I couldn't exactly get whether it was a freelancer or a company to help me out with marketing because I know that's my weakness, or whether it was with finances. For example, all the nitty gritties with SARS and because it's just a learn as you go, you know. So I came across such challenges and I'd honestly just do my research. And if there was someone within my family, friends, or ex-colleagues that I used to work with that could help me out, I would reach out for help. And yeah, that's what I did.
Great advice there. Definitely tap into those resources and do your research. Good points.
That's
And while we're talking about good points, what advice do you have for aspiring entrepreneurs?
okay. So my advice is just start. With those limited to no resources, just start. Because at the end of the day, investors or sponsors, even if it's a family investor, they won't invest in you if you can't do anything with the little that you have. You know, you need to be trusted with the little that you have in order for someone to come and give you something bigger because they'll trust that you'll make it grow. You know, so just start, it's okay. From there, you'll start seeing your capital build up instead of having a huge lump sum that will overwhelm you and you'll make more financial mistakes, which are even bigger, you know, and also just learning from your competitors rather. Instead of looking at competitors as a rival, look at them more as what you can do to improve yourself and your business as well. And you never know, somebody else might be looking at you and be like, okay, so this is what she did. So maybe if I do it this way, it'll work out better. You know, so that's just my advice. Just start. You fall, you come back, you fall, you come back. It's okay. You just need to keep going. Because the minute you stop, then that business stops and it'll just never grow.
Definitely great advice. Couldn't agree with you more. Good takeaways from this discussion, and I hope that our audience can agree. That's a wrap for today on Biz Takeout. So thanks to the IIE Rosebank College for making it possible. It's Biz Takeouts. Take it where you like it, how you like it. Bye for now.